Did you, I don't know where I posted it. I posted in a couple of places. You know, today, a helicopter tried to land in our hotel in Kenya. Like, my colleague posted it on Instagram. She was like, who the fuck is that? And yeah, we have no idea who it was. Like, there was a helicopter and it came down like only a couple meters above ground and it tried to land right in front of the hotel, like right in front of the pool, like inside the hotel in front of the pool. And then it realized, okay, there's not enough space to actually land there, and then they flew away. And we have no idea.
There's probably Bill Gates.
Yeah, that's what we thought, right? It must be Bill Gates. It's the only explanation.
He's like, I'm gonna go to a different country now.
And I'm gonna.
This one doesn't have enough helipads.
Yeah, 1 of 5 rating, like F-, like never gonna go again. No helipad on short notice. What's going on, man? So, dude, you sent me this. And this is a deck I absolutely love. This is a deck I played 10 years ago and have played it like on some occasions ever since, but this is the most recent version of High Tide. The name is pretty straightforward, right? That's not really something we do in Legacy. But this is, I think you've played it as well recently, or is it going to be the first time?
I've never played this deck. I've always had a fascination with it when I'd see it during streams on the opposing side, when we play other decks. I just thought just by looking at the list, it looks like a lot of fun. And this is Marcus's version from a few days ago. I don't know if he has much different than like what's been going around lately. I see the versions that have Candelabra and Splash Red too, but I like this one. I have this mostly built. I just need a couple more time spirals, and then I'll have it all built in paper.
Yeah, the thing is, time spiral got really expensive, right? In my head, it was still like when it was unbanned, I think it was like €8 card, and I think it's over $100 now.
Yeah, it's about 100, 120 if you like 120 if you get LP. If you get near mint, you're pushing like 150.
Wow, so 600 for our near mint playset.
Yeah,
that's beautiful, dude. This is the kind of card, like when I started playing Magic, this is the kind of card that impressed me. Like when somebody played this back in school, I was like, I have no idea why this is good, but it's super amazing. It's like, just like, there were a couple of cards, you looked at them and you were like, wow, like I don't feel nearly powerful enough to understand why this card is good, but it must be really good.
Yeah, you get all your mana back too? What?
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, like, people back then, at my school, we had a tournament and was eventually won by the Academy deck. And as if the Academy deck wasn't busted enough, we basically played it the way that, since this says untap up to 6 lands, you could untap the same land 6 times and draw mana from it in between. So you could literally tap your Academy 6 times and untap it again.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's absurd.
Absolutely absurd. It doesn't make any sense at all, right?
So the real question is... The real question is, which High Tide art did we go with?
There's 2 available on Magic Online. One of them is the promo art, and the other one is this the Anson Maddox? Yeah, I think there's also the Drew Tucker one. I think the Drew Tucker one is the surfboard one.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, that's the one I also like, the surfboard one. It makes sense,
Weber.
Right?
Well, this one actually that we have in here, this is my favorite one.
Oh, it is?
I like the Amy Weber one too, but yeah, I think this one looks the coolest.
Wait.
Actually, I haven't seen the surfboard one.
You are a surfer and you're not using the surfboard art on High Tide. I think it's Drew Tucker. Let me get it again. I could be totally wrong. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Here we go. Okay, can you see it on screen?
I never knew that was a surfboard.
But at least that's what we call it, right? I mean, nobody really knows what it's supposed to be, but like
kind of looks like a guy surfing, yeah.
Yeah, that's usually what people say. Like there's the Murfolk art, there's the surfboard art, and I think the other one, I'm not sure what people usually call it.
The coral reef one.
Yeah, I think people call it the seafood art. I mean, there's a lot going on in this one. There's actually way more going on than I thought it was. Like there's even like there's a sunset or something, even though it's like already super dark. I mean, this one has the most things going on as opposed to the other one. But yeah, Magic Online only has the one we're using, and it has this one. And since I'm all about the old frame, we're using this one. We're using the other one.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah. So for those watching who have never seen this in action before, this is I want to say the most elegant combo. Like I guess Solidarity is even more elegant because it can win at instant speed. But this, of all the decks that are actually seeing play these days, I want to say this is the most elegant deck in Legacy. It's especially the most elegant combo deck, even though Doomsday is up there, but Doomsday is kind of like brutal in what it does. This is very, very elegant. You play a bunch of cantrips. Yeah, that's actually the only thing that's going on, right? You play cantrips, you play mana, and you place a little bit of permission, and then in the end, you go for Cunning Wish, and you either brain freeze your opponent. That's a common theme with milling on this stream, apparently. Or if you have enough mana, which actually happens quite often, you can Blue Sun Senate on the opponent to make them draw their entire deck. That's just like what you do with this deck. And how do we get this much mana? So here's High Tide. This is where High Tide comes in. High Tide makes it so that all of your islands, actually the opponent's islands as well, which sometimes matters, until the end of turn are gonna draw for an additional blue. And when you cast several of the High Tides, your islands all of a sudden tap for 3, tap for 4, tap for 5. And that makes it pretty easy, you know, to go into Time Spiral. And since Time Spiral untaps your lands, all of a sudden Time Spiral not only is a draw 7, it's also one of the most broken Dark Rituals in Magic. So this is gonna give you a ton more mana. If you want to do it the hard way, you can just like straight up turn about your own lands to untap all of your stuff to gain more mana because of High Tide. And eventually, yeah, it's I want to say the actual combo, like this is why it's so beautiful in a way. The actual combo really is you resolve 1 High Tide, and then you have 3 more lands and you Time Spiral. So you gotta have 4 lands in play to do it. Technically, if I remember correctly, Solidarity could technically do it in 2 lands. Can this one do it in 2 lands as well? High Tide? Oh no, there's no reset, so this one can't do it on 2 lands. But I mean, even on 3 lands, it's like super rare, right? Usually you can win like on 4 lands, 5, 6, 7 lands is where it gets comfortable. And the most important thing is that you make your early land drops. You gotta make your first, second, third, fourth land drop. Like this is paramount. This is also why this deck doesn't play any non-basic lands. People sometimes tried splashing green, splashing red. That's the things that people tried. But you need your lands to stay around. This is so important. That's also why you're playing such a high density of cantrips, because you really want to make your early land drops. And then you can just like sit back. You wait until the final turn where you have to go off, and then you go off, unless you expect that your position becomes worse. That's usually when hate bears and stuff is involved. But other than that, yeah, this is pretty straightforward. And I guess we talk about Teferi's Realm when it comes around. This card, by the way, I think it's on a reserved list. Apparently Markus Ewald owns, I think, 2,600 copies of this.
So, oh jeez,
yeah.
they're like $4 or $5. I was looking it up yesterday. I still got to get actually a couple of those.
I mean, for a card that's on a reserved list and actually sees play, you know.
I gotta get them before they, you know, get bought out after this stream.
Again, this is the one that's gonna spike. Actually, let me double check if it's reserved list, but I'm pretty sure. Why would Markus buy them if it wasn't reserved list? Teferi's Realm. Yeah, it is on the reserved list.
Now I was thinking.
Bouchy, thank you for the sub. Also, Dr. Bill earlier on. Thank you so much, everybody.
Do we just use the fetches that, you know, the 6 fetches just to throw people off first turn? Is that really why we have those in there, or is there any amount of, like, is there other reason other than like maybe a slight deck thinning purpose?
The only other thing is like to you diversify to play around Pithing Needle. That's pretty much what you do. Why are we playing in the first place?
Yeah,
because they work with Brainstorm.
Oh, very, very true, very true.
Yeah. Technically, they can also like somewhat work with Ponder, right? If you see like one card and you want to shuffle a little bit more. And this used to be more relevant with Solidarity, but it's also relevant with this one since you dig pretty deep into the deck. Solidarity used to dig deeper into the deck and wouldn't reshuffle because it didn't have Time Spiral. So this one also, like, it's one of the very few decks in Legacy where thinning the deck has a somewhat noticeable effect. Like in pretty much any other deck, like the life point you lose is not worth the thinning unless you have other interactions, like, you know, Delve and stuff. But in this one, since you dig really deep into the deck, it's somewhat noticeable. And I mean, you never know when it actually came up because you have no way to track that. But that's basically, I guess, the conventional wisdom, I want to say.
But mostly it's just for the shuffles.
Yeah, for the shuffles. And it's, yeah, I guess when you go like island, your opponent at this point puts you on combo no matter what. Whereas if you go like Island, Misty, Scalding Tarn, and pass twice, you might still be on combo, but it's not as obvious as it would be otherwise. So there's tons of minor things, and that's basically how the deck works. So are you ready, Kevin? You said you've never played this before, right?
Played it before.
Cool. So let's see how this is gonna work. The list is what I called Markus the Pope, the Godfather, whatever it would be of High Tide. I think he really made a name for himself as the guy who plays High Tide the most. Interestingly, he said there's basically no matchup you really fear, but there's also no matchup that you feel like, oh my god, I'm just gonna crush them. And that usually makes for a good playing experience. Not necessarily always for the best tournament experience, because you will have to fight tooth and nail every single round, but let's see.
Do you think it's as much thinking as elves?
So in the early game, not so much really. Like with this deck, you have some tactical decisions that mostly relate to how to use your cantrips correctly, because your strategy never really changes. So you don't have to have these like big strategic things, except for in moments and matchups where you feel like your opponent might eventually draw into something that you're gonna have a really hard time beating. You know, when you're playing against something like a controlled or green or tempo deck that has an annoying amount of hate bears, and you feel like you're in a position, right, where you can beat like a forest, but you can't beat forest plus days or something, and you're like, should I like play for 2 or 3 more turns, or is that gonna make it so that it's gonna be even harder because I'm probably not gonna fight? Like you gotta figure it out. That's a strategic aspect to the deck, but I don't want to say that's the one big thing with the deck, because there's more that goes into it overall. It's never like really as black and white as you can like sum up in a minute or two, but it's rather reduced to that. And then afterwards, you know, there's the creative aspect. Once you actually resolve the High Tide, how do you get the win? Because there's still certain plays to be optimized where you want to give yourself the highest chance, because there's still like a random chance, right? Time spiral is random, and you wanna be the player who squeezes out the last couple of percentages in order to really make it work. Otherwise, every now and then you might actually fizzle. And I mean, even with optimal play, you will sometimes fizzle, but that's the part. I guess that's also like something that draws people to it, because people really want to play technically optimal with the deck, and that's what you learn with this deck, especially cantrip sequencing wise. Actually, I'm even on the wrong screen. Yeah, here I am. So since here we are. Since right before the stream, everything broke on my end, as it does like every 10th stream. I'm not sure if my all-time stream stats are still working. But we will see. Let's see if they update.
How far back? Oh, that's what year did you start doing the stream?
So my first stream was in 2013, but these stats are only ever since I implemented the system to track it, and that's maybe I think it's pretty much a year and then something, like a year and a month or something. But
that's also, a lot of games.
This also it's actually not that many. Like the last year, I've never played as little Magic Online as I did during the last year. There were, like, when I was really into it and grinding and trying to do well in paper, like when I was basically using it as a tool to get better in paper, the hardest I ever played was 76 matches in one weekend. And I felt like shit afterwards. Yeah, like absolute shit. So now you see like
brain is like mush.
500 to 600. I played 10% of that and more than 10% of that in one weekend. And yeah, it completely mushed my brain eventually. And that also wasn't good practice anymore at that point. Okay, so we're on the draw. We want more lands, but we got a bunch of cantrips to find more lands, and from there we already have time spiral. So I'm pretty happy about. Pretty happy is like pushing it. Like you're never really like straight up pretty happy with your hand with High Tide, because it's not how the deck works. There's no blowout draws that you can have, you know.
You always got to dig like 6 cards.
Yeah. I guess I could. Oh, there's a High Tide and there's a land. I don't hate keeping this. You know what? What about just like keeping this? John High Tide isn't here. Let's keep the High Tide of your library now, and then we'll use all these other cantrips to eventually find what we need. Hopefully. Okay, plains. Oh, but they showed Yorium, by the way. This could be D&T. But they didn't play Thalia on turn 2, which is quite good for us, I guess. Okay, let's stick past the turnabout that we don't really want to draw. I'm also going to put Brainstorm on the bottom. Okay. Yes, now we better start finding the extra lands. No one wants a low tide. Yeah, the tide is high. I'm moving on. Okay, there's a land. Actually, can we... No, we can't really set this. Actually, we can, but then we lose the land drop. Like, I'm thinking, like, technically we could draw a predict now, and then next turn we could predict away whatever's on top. The problem, though, is that doesn't really work. I guess we could still predict away the ponder. Oh wait, we already had land drop? Dude, I gotta get back in the mood. I would have totally made an extra land drop here. Okay, Commando, you got that.
Low tide's actually good for surfing. That's about the only situation I could think of.
Is it? Oh, by the way, this is our natural enemy, Reshaden Port. I mean, the first one doesn't matter too much. Oh, Thalia, I think we have to force that. Low tide is good for surfing. By the way, is it true that like people who do stand-up paddling and surfers, they hate each other? I read about that. I don't know if that's true.
There's kind of a feud because like the guys on the paddle boards, they're busting their ass trying to get there, and you know usually they catch the waves faster because they got the huge paddle.
Yeah.
The surfers are like, why don't you get your own side of the beach, man?
Oh man, because we don't really have, we have some windsurfers, but we don't have like straight up surfers. We have like, yeah, kite surfers. We got a lot of kite surfers in Kenya. That's pretty popular.
Kite surfing just seems difficult. Like, what if you're out there and then the wind just stops? You're like, oh.
I guess the idea is that the wind
fun.
just like never stops, because that's basically how it works in Kenya during the kite surfing seasons. We get 2 kite surfing seasons, and apparently it just like doesn't stop when it's blowing, but I could be wrong. Okay, so we have Ponder on top, I'm pretty sure. So we should draw 2 cards now, right? Yeah, we did. Oh my god. Actually, like, I keep playing and playing. I totally forgot that, you know, maybe we actually want to win at some point.
Cantripping is fun.
Yeah, the thing is... can we... Like, I guess the only thing that matters is Thalia. That's really annoying. Like, next turn they're gonna port us, right? Technically, you could cast High Tide in response. And then, assuming we find extra land with the Brainstorm here at end of turn, then we're gonna have like 6 mana. And then this is usually 2 mana, and then plus 8, 10 mana, minus 6. Yeah, we are like in a pretty good spot. We're in a pretty good... Actually, I'm gonna go for the end of turn Brainstorm, even though it's not like great. I'm not sure we really want to win next turn, like we don't have to. Okay, now we definitely don't want to win next turn, because we can't. Anything to shuffle away. Yes, we're gonna get rid of the Brainstorm. It's artifacts or enchantments. Okay, that doesn't really matter.
We wouldn't want to just High Tide in response to the port and then...
Yeah, the problem is we didn't find the extra land. Technically, we could have still done it. We could have gone High Tide in response to the port and then used our 4 mana on the main phase to turnabout ourselves to untap 3 lands to make 6 mana to cast Time Spiral. But that's like... And we don't really need to. I'd really rather find the 4th land, and since we still have like those 2 cantrips, I think there's a pretty good chance to make that happen. But I think next turn, especially now that we have 2 turnabouts, we should probably just go for it. So basically we need to fade a Thalia here, or anything that matters. I'm not even sure. Is there anything else left in oh yeah, I guess, what's it called?
Feathersworn?
Not in the main deck. The dude... Prelate, Sanctum Prelate, that basically is like a one-sided chalice. So they could lock out, you know, everything costs 1 mana. And that wouldn't be a deal. Flicker Wisp, okay, that doesn't matter. I guess they're gonna flicker one of their own lands. Or Spirit of the Labyrinth. Oh yeah, that would be a big that would be a really big deal. At least it looks like they're not gonna have that. I guess, you know, we can actually afford to end of turn Brainstorm here and just try to find like maybe a second High Tide. Okay, cool. So it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna do it like this. Yeah, now we're definitely gonna high tide in response to the Shaden port, I would say.
Oh,
now
excuse me.
the tide starts getting high. Yeah, so at this point we're basically just like gathering extra mana. And it's been almost 10 years since I've done that. At least on Magic Online. So we're gonna untap our lands. Untap. And we're gonna get a bunch of mana. Land. Untap. Oh. This is... So unless we like totally fail... Ooh, we didn't draw a lot of card draw. Okay, let's hope we find something, because this is not a lot. This is not... We're not gonna untap the opponent's lands. Oh, let's see. We don't want Turnabout. Ponder is fine. Guess we can do it like this. Oh, okay. This should be pretty good for us now. I think we... In my head, I'm like, oh yeah, we got enough mana, but actually, do we? Do we? Wolfgang, thank you. Thank you so much. The Nackt and Rosa podcast, I had a lot of fun on that podcast. That podcast was amazing. If you speak German and you want to listen to a podcast where I guested and just like to talk about basically anything, check out the Nackt and Rosa podcast, basically Naked and what's it called? Naked and Pink podcast. So now we have an island on the top. Actually, I think we'd rather...
You want to predict it?
Yeah, the thing is, we have 2 islands on top, so we're still going to draw another island. So I think it's,
Yeah.
It's weird. Oh yeah, play another tide first. That's step 1. I guess we'll just get rid of those islands. Yeah. Right. Oh no, island. There we go. Never split your islands. Don't do that snow-covered stuff. So basically all we're looking for at this point is something like, you know, a Cunning Wish.
Or just Merchant Scroll the Cunning Wish? Or I guess we'd want to use our cantrips first.
Yeah, the thing is, actually, I misstacked this Ponder. I should have made it so that the island is on top. So then we can predict away the island. Then we can draw the High Tide and the Preordain. Then I could Preordain, and then I would... then I can High Tide, and then I would Preordain. So this actually isn't ideal. This is rather not ideal. But since this is Death in Texas, well, they are on 80 cards, so it doesn't really matter. I guess we already kind of have it, you know, because we have Merchant Scroll for Cunning Wish. I'm just like trying to optimize lines that are really not that important at this point, but still trying to make sure we're not gonna like fuck something up. Let's put this on the bottom. Brainstorm. Oh yeah, Brainstorm is nice. Oh, look at this. Double High Tide. Sign me up. High Tide. So how high is the tide actually? The tide. Oh my god, our lands make 5 mana now. Oh man, did we put island on top? I think we did. Like we had so many islands, we probably put an island on top.
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay, and at this point, Sophie. So this is one of those things where you can do it like the easy way or the hard way. The easy way is to you probably just get... Do we have enough for Brain Freeze? So this is like Cunning Wish, 17, Brain Freeze, 18. What is 18 times 3? 36.
54.
54, and they have 67 cards, so that's not... It's barely not enough. I guess we could like Force of Will and then Flusterstorm something, so that that's 6 more. Of course, the other way is to just, you know, get Blue Sun Senate and draw extra cards, and that's what I meant with the hard way. I guess we're just gonna do that.
Yeah.
Use Cunning Wish. And anything else? sometimes people have intuition in the sideboard, but that wouldn't really help us here. You guys mean the fun way? Well, you've obviously never streamed. when you stream, you want to do it correctly. So I guess we'll keep something like 6 mana in the pool, or maybe more. Actually, this is a little scary. Maybe you actually want to keep slightly more
like
than
10.
that. Like 8 maybe, so we draw 10 cards. That could be good enough. Let's try that.
I do not play darts.
Okay, so we got another high tide, and we still have turnabout in the deck, right? How many turnabouts are there left? I think
There's one in the board.
Yeah, we can also like merchant scroll for it, so I guess that's easy. Turnabout ourselves. Lands, untap. Another high tide, so now all of them make 6 mana now. Yeah, at this point we're just adding more to the storm or something. Put on the bottom, put on the top. Get another one of those going. Put on the bottom, put on the bottom. Anything else you want to do? How much mana do we have at this point? Still not enough to do.
We got enough for the
brain freeze.
We got enough
right?
for the brain freeze.
Yeah, just like trying to see whether we can actually kill them this turn. You don't really need to, but it's good practice. Like if this was a different deck, then we might want to. But the intuition doesn't really find anything at this point. I guess we can still cast it, and maybe it does find something.
The only thing that we have that draws is just the one blues. Oh yeah, because it got shuffled back in.
Yeah, but they're not gonna give it to us, right? I guess we could. What if we turnabout it? If we just like find another turnabout, maybe we actually straight up have enough mana then. It's probably. Oh no, I keep forgetting we have to pick 3. But that's fine. We can go like turnabout, and like,
Cunning Wish.
nah, I was thinking Blues and Senate. Or Merchant Scroll. They're not gonna give us Merchant Scroll. They're gonna give us turnabout.
Well, we do have a Merchant Scroll in hand that we could get the Zenith for.
Yeah, but in my head, this is already a brain freeze.
Oh.
So this is already the brain freeze. Guess we just like do it the easy way. Like we can Cunning Wish for something, but that doesn't really. I guess we could, like, the thing is, like, whatever we put in, we're not gonna, like, we could do, like, Cunning Wish, and Blue Sun Sunnet, and then they're gonna give us Blue Sun Sunnet, I guess. Nah. Like, all of that, basically, all of that doesn't really matter because we already won the game, but for practice, it would be good to do it in a different way. Let's put the Sunnet in there. Let them figure it out. Yeah, there's basically like 3 versions of the deck historically in Legacy. There's Solidarity, which used to win at instant speed. There's Springtide, which was a deck that used Cloud of Fairies and Snap to win at sorcery speed. And then there's this deck. People call it like, you know, High Tide most of the time. So we got a turnabout, and we're gonna have a bunch of mana. So we can just do this. Untap our lands. Untap. And then we can just kill them with the Merchant Scroll. Merchant Scroll for Cunning Wish. I guess it would have actually been smart not to put the Blues and Senate into the pile, because now maybe we would have actually had enough mana. We still wouldn't have enough mana to kill them. Okay. So I'm just gonna brain freeze them. That should be enough, right? So we got 27. Yeah, that's easily enough. Any other cool things we can do? No, let's just brain freeze them.
All right.
Combo. Oh god, you gotta click same targets. Like, it's kind of funny how this is supposed to make your life easier, that they have a thing where you can click same target so you don't have to manually click the opponent. But since we have to click same targets anyway, it doesn't really... This is like the worst UI design I've ever seen. Yeah, I don't think something like Urza Saga would ever be played in this kind of deck, because actually it literally makes you lose a land drop, which is the opposite of what this deck wants. I do see the idea that you can get Candelabra, but that's usually, like, even the people who have the Candelabras, they say it's better without them. Oh, okay, so we're not actually. Oh no, we should not play Time Spiral now, because then that deck gets shuffled back and then it's all over again. I was like, hey, we can make them draw. We can make them draw 7, yeah, but first of all, the deck gets shuffled back, so better not.
That'd be like the ultimate troll move of, like, yeah, shuffling it back in and do it twice.
Yeah, and then timeout.
Mic drop. Yeah, and you drop the mic.
That reminds me when I played Modern Scapeshift at one point, and I did the Scapeshift, and then I put like all the lands into play, and I was like, ha, finally got it. And then my opponent in paper looked at me and he was like, I'm so sorry, but this is like not enough mountains, because I got, like, you know, breeding pool. It's like all the good lands, and Valakut. It's like, yeah, you have to get mountains. And I'm like, oh, and then I just killed him on the next turn. So, Death in Texas. I guess this is where our anti-creature package comes in. So Dress Down is pretty straightforward, right? You play it end of turn, all of the hate bears are disabled on your turn, and so you can go off. So it's probably one of the best cards you can have.
My friend did that to me last night.
Your friend what?
My friend did that to me last night when I played against him on Slivers. He's like, dress down end of turn, kill your crystal, and I'm like, no.
All gone. And Teferi's Ram is a card that's like kind of weird. So basically at the beginning of every player's upkeep, that player chooses artifacts, creatures, lands, or non-aura enchantments. So enchantments, I guess. All non-token permanents of that type face out. So this is another way for us to have something in play proactively that actually gets rid of, for usually like hate bears, sometimes an artifacts if it's going to be something like Chalice or Trinisphere. Of course, the downside is they can technically interact with it on their turn if we play it, like, and then we want to use it in the next turn. Until then, it's somewhat vulnerable, but it's still kind of cool. Also, this is a world enchantment. This is our answer to Nether Void. It's only 6 mana, I guess, technically. But most people don't know how world enchantments work. There can only ever be one world enchantment in play in Magic. So if somebody else plays a world enchantment and then somebody else plays a new one, then the old one goes to the bin. And yeah, that okay, and now we have to sideboard, by the way. I guess Flusterstorms come out, these 4 come in, and then something, I guess Pact comes out as well. We don't really need Pact in this matchup. And then that's pretty much it.
What about the Snap for like a hate bear?
Oh, Snap, yeah, Snap is a good point. Snap, and then we can take out maybe a Predict. It's rather slowish. On the other hand, yeah, no, that's fine. I was gonna say there's not too much really to Cunning Wish for, but that's okay. Boarding out 1 high tide to play around Cunning Wish? To play around Cunning Wish? Play around Cunning Wish.
Echoing Truth too, is that something we want to...
Echoing Truth would be something, that's the one reason why I was like, oh, we still have something in the sideboard, because that's something we can...
to fetch, or to wish for.
Yeah. I don't hate this. Play around Surgical and High Tide, I don't think that's something that's relevant. Because I don't see the game dynamics working out that way that would ever happen, because our High Tide is not going to hit the graveyard until it has resolved. Oh, Leyline, okay. I see what they're doing. So with Leyline, you have to play, like, Leyline is not something that stops you. You have to play a little bit more carefully, because you know that the cards are not gonna come back. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? But you have to, that card makes you think a little bit more strategically, because you know the stuff that goes through graveyard, once you go through a Time Spiral, it won't be back. And that has some of those implications. So there's a land, there's a High Tide. Sometimes, you know, I don't hate the second High Tide. extra land. I guess we can do... Technically, I guess we can also do without the second Titan. On the other hand, since we won't be able to get one back, let's keep 2 and try to get a good hand. The other wild is scary. Other wild is always scary. Intuition. So basically I'm trying to set up a predict on our upkeep. On our next upkeep, so we can go like brainstorm here. And then shuffle away something we don't need. We don't really need the intuition, I would say. I mean, technically it finds Time Spiral. And then we also have to shuffle over. Maybe, it's kind of hard to say. Or maybe we do keep the intuition even though it's like super slow. Basically, we want all of these cards. Maybe you don't want Brainstorm actually. So what if we shuffle away Brainstorm and Ponder? Huh. I think we do that.
Yeah.
And then on our upkeep we're gonna predict for Ponder probably. I didn't mean to click. I was just drinking. Okay, that's a really good card against us. Okay. Let's figure this out. We should have forced. I should have forced that. That card is a problem. Scott, thank you. Almost 3 years, yeah. Damn, what is this gonna be? Oh fuck. Oh god, we're getting wrecked. Okay, I think this is almost like a game 3 moment at this point. There's still Ponder on top.
What do we have for the Deafening Silence?
We have, what's it called? Teferi. Teferi's Realm.
Oh yeah.
Conveniently, like we have, this is an enchantment and this is an enchantment, so we can get rid of both of them. This can also get snapped, I guess. This can get Echoing Truth. So that's the only thing we really have. But yeah, we're getting totally wrecked right now. To basically like naked draw into what we need. We have Merchant Scroll to find something.
Do you think we might want to go to game 3 since we have 8 minutes?
Oh, we have only 8 minutes, dude. Okay, we're just gonna we're gonna speed game this. Thalia, can we force that? Yeah, we can. Let's get rid of the intuition.
That spirit of the bullshit.
Spirit of the bullshit, that's a pretty good way to put it. It's a really good way to put it. It's the absolute bullshit. What are we even doing? Like, we can't resolve these cantrips. Okay, let's go to the next game. Never mind, you're right.
Yeah, that's rough.
Dude, that spirit sucks. That spirit can lick my balls, man. What the fuck? I hate that card. Even when I'm playing elves, I just hate that card. Also, this guy has a great name. Der Flotte Schotte. That's a German name. That's like, how would you translate flott Germans? Like quick, fast, and it rhymes. It's the quick Scott man. That's man.
Der Flotte Schotte.
Der Flotte Schotte. It's just an amazing name. So I guess they're gonna try to do that to us again. But we will be prepared for it by changing exactly nothing. Maybe we can take.
Would we bring in a? Would we think about bringing the Force Negation just for enchantments?
We can only hit the. I guess we can. I don't hate it actually. Maybe we should try it. We can't hit the spirit, but we can hit the other one. Deafening Silence. So that's relevant. Yeah, I saw the SCG and the energy announcements. The energy announcement even said there's going to be a big tournament in, I think, 7th, 8th, 9th of January that Cholas and I are going to commentate. SCG is also doing some extra tournaments. And we're down to 7 minutes. This is scary. Yeah, we have mana. We have emergency button. Now let's get rid of any potential top lands on top of the deck. Yes, of course it's going to be streamed. SCG, actually, I don't know. SCG, we don't know if it's going to be streamed, but we are definitely going to stream that tournament. Okay, Times Pro we want to draw eventually. Predict Ponder. So Ponder goes on the bottom. Predict, okay. Well, I almost want to force this, but I guess we don't. Okay, so now there's Ponder on top. I'm gonna remember that. Like maybe we even play it slowly. Like I wouldn't mind drawing Ponder. Yeah, this is actually, this kills us somewhat quickly. Maybe we should actually fight over it. You know what? Let's see what we can.
I would fight over it.
Yeah. Ponder. I was thinking about playing the longer game of like doing like drawing the Ponder and then doing brainstorm something and like hitting something else. But let's play a little bit faster on this one. Actually, you know what? Now that we have High Tide and Times Pro, I think we can actually afford not to fight over it. Maybe that's crazy. Like the thing is, like maybe something comes out of the other bio and then we're fucked. So okay. I just hate doing it. You know what? Let's not do it.
Okay.
Okay, so now this is the final setup turn pretty much. Ooh, Teferi's Realm. Okay, that's a pretty big deal. So we got this, we got that, we got that. All of this is good. We got 2 more extra lands. We want those. We can shuffle this one away. And then I guess we shuffle away the Brainstorm.
Yeah.
Is there anything we want to merchant scroll? Not really. I guess we just do this. Bottom. Okay. Scary thing is, we probably like can't try to go off next turn, because if we go for High Tide and then they eventually violent the Spirit of Bullshit, we probably want to make it so that we have Teferi's Realm in play. And then we make While face out. And if they respond to it, then we make Enchantments face out. And if it's Thalia, then we can try to find a bounce spell for it eventually, I guess, if we still have enough time. That card is so good against us. Yeah, Wasteland. You wish you could waste something. Second one of these is fine. A force we don't really need. Guess we get this one down now. I've never used Teferi's Realm. This is the first time. I guess it's the first time for you as well, right?
Yeah, never used it.
We got a pretty insane hand here. Like High Tide, double untap into Time Spiral and stuff. I gotta remember that this is also on the board. Doesn't really make the biggest difference right now, but it could. Maybe we actually want to go High Tide, untap, and actually, or triple High Tide, Time Spiral. Maybe that's better. Do we have enough mana to do triple High Tide, Time Spiral? We will see. So this one, and then this one casts that. Then we probably don't have mana for triple High Tide, but let's see. Okay, opponent, you can face something out now. Actually, wait. What if they face out? Does it say every other? Marcus, did you like fuck us up with this card? And they just like name enchantment, and this is never gonna do anything ever again.
Wouldn't
before
it
it's
phase in
controllers.
at the beginning?
Yeah, it phases in at the controller's untap step, or right before the untap. I thought it phased in on their turn again. So this is fine. Okay, cool. Wait, did they just like make lands phase out? What the fuck? They literally made lands phase out, so no, they don't have lands. What the fuck? Okay. So their lands are gonna stay removed for our turn?
Maybe they think our lands keep phased out on our turn or something.
A valid assumption considering that the program is Magic Online, but oh, that's actually so good for us that they do it now. Because now we actually know what to use the Teferi's Ram with. Oh well, never mind. Actually, it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is actually like great because now we basically know that nothing can hurt us. Because now this isn't a thing. Okay, now basically just like, let's not fuck this one up.
So lands, do they not phase back in then? Or are they still phase back in? Yeah.
Anything phases back in at the beginning of the control, right before the controller's turn, basically. So what if we do it like this? Oh, Compactor is making a good point about like they have to choose something, right? So I guess that's why they chose lands. I was under the assumption that they could just like not choose anything, because choosing lands still like hurts them. But yeah, it's still better than choosing anything else, I guess. So now we have all of this mana. Actually, maybe we shouldn't use this. So let's say this grabs another High Tide. Then we have 1 mana floating. Then this one.
Turnabout.
1 mana floating.
Do we have enough to turn them out?
Let me check. This one goes to 3 plus 4. Then we have 5 mana, and then we are 1 mana short of turnabout, right? So we got 1 mana floating. This produces 3 right now, so it's gonna produce 4. So we are gonna have 5 mana, so we can barely not turnabout. I think.
If we just tap it, we're down to 5, and then we have enough for that with 1 floating.
But are we talking about the same thing? Because I want to go High Tide and then turnabout.
Oh, High Tide and then turnabout.
Yeah. I mean, we can straight up just turnabout now, and maybe that's just like what we should do, because time is also running out. Oh wait, better tap the land first, I guess. Untap our lands, untap. And then we can do this. I guess since we got nothing else to do, we might as well grab a High Tide now. I guess that's fine. Where is it? High Tide. We go. And now we get enough. Untap. We still have a land drop, by the way, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So how about we start with this? You know what? I'm actually gonna put the land on the bottom, because I'm pretty sure we can still like find another land. Yeah, there they are. I'm actually gonna put this one on top. I think I don't want to get giga greedy. We can get rid of this and that. We find another High Tide. We play the land. We have just like so much mana. Just gotta make sure not to fuck this one up. How much mana do we have? This much. Yeah, we just like... Is there still a turnabout in the deck? Where is it?
We've only used 1, right?
Oh, okay, so there's still 1 in the deck. Cool. Would we have just 2 minutes left? This is the scariest part of the entire thing. Untap our lands. Untap. Okay. And then we just draw extra cards. Actually, do we even want to draw extra cards? Probably. Well, the reason I didn't drop Dress Down was because it's less mana efficient than just like drawing extra cards of Blue Sun Senate. Oh, let's make sure not to deck ourselves.
We got 125 left.
Guess we just like straight up draw 30 cards. Okay, and now we find this one to untap our stuff. Oh, do we have to? Oh, I have to hurry. Untap. Oh my god, I'm not sure we can make it in time. I guess we check.
Just need to get to like to 25.
Yeah, just like straight up change of plans. Fuck. Fuck. Ah! No! Don't fuck it up. Okay, this one. You said 25? Do we need 25? I didn't run the numbers.
Be 75.
I can't hear you anymore.
So maybe like 20.
Fuck. This many? Really? No. We only need like... I think we got it. Use it. Fuck, no, we have to discard as well. Is there still a card in the deck? Yeah. Okay. Shuffle. Whatever. I think we got enough, but we still have to discard and that's gonna kill us. Is that really 25? No, you're 20. 20 would have been enough. 21. Oh, we timed out. Oh, dude, I can't believe it. You even warned me, right? When you told me there's only 8 minutes left. No, Blue Sun Senate doesn't work. Blue Sun Senate doesn't work. Blue Sun Senate.
Sorry, my connection was messing up. Yeah, I was trying to get my connection going again. Yeah, 20. I think 22 would have done it.
Yeah, even 21, right?
Or
because
21.
then Brain Freeze is the 22nd spell. Like I thought we had it, but then the 25 really threw me off because all of a sudden I was like, "Fuck, we need way more than." But okay,
that was my bad on my.
No, that's not your bad. Like I should have played faster. I was trying to like do the cute thing where we actually kill them, but we could have just like passed the turn. I should have played for pass the turn way earlier than that. No, Mark, Moto doesn't suck. We just like I didn't play well enough. It's just like too slow. I should have been aware that we like that this was the constricting factor. I was still scared that like mana was the constricting factor. And I the entire time I had my mind set on like making enough mana to kill them with Blue Sun Senate. But yeah, that's just like we really didn't need to do that. Is there some high-tech quality content? Yeah. I mean, with regards to learning, just like on a strategic level, there's not... The only thing going on right now is like strategic learning with regards to the timer. How to play it better with regards to that.
The optimal plays with the least amount of time.
Yeah, exactly. Not like the time is a thing. I know. I think it's one of the great things that there is. I even believe the timer should be 5 minutes less to, reflect how fast you need to play in paper, because in Magic Online you have like basically 10 minutes more for each round. Or 10 minutes like pushing it. It's basically like 3 times 2, so 6, and then you don't need to shuffle all the time in the game, so more like 8 minutes, I guess. But yeah, you get the idea. Oh, is there anything else we could have done better? So we went for that big Senate to draw our stuff. And basically optimizing from there. Yeah, just like playing faster, I guess.
Yeah, I think we played well. I like the Teferi's Realm actually. That's a cool card.
Yeah, that worked out pretty well, right? Even though it looks really, really weird on paper. Like when everything is like faded, grayed out, kinda. Sure. Okay. Matthias Hardstyle. I always keep wondering, is there like it sounds like there's some kind of music thing that's called Hardstyle. I have a thing here on my computer that's called Hard Tune. Hard Tune. Da 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 da. Yeah. I still prefer these effects. Like this. High tide.
To the whole stream in that in the cavern.
Okay, cool. So we got nothing going. We got a turn 1 high tide. Wait, they're playing mismatching Pondas? What is going on in the world? They must be on some kind of combo deck if they're playing mismatching Pondas. You know, at this point, the only thing left to do is to get Force of what I would guess. There's not really much
One of my friends in his Stoneblade deck, he might even be listening right now. He tries to get one of every different art to confuse the opponents. Like all of his playsets and stuff, if it has multiple arts, he tries to get all the different ones.
I mean, if you do it for the entire deck, just to like make it your thing, I can appreciate that. It would like confuse the hell out of me. And you'd probably like be bleeding some information here and there. Like especially when, you know, when like stuff like random discard is involved. And you take away the mental tool of having to keep track in your head about which cards your opponent has seen, which version your opponent has seen and which one not. So that's kind of nice, a nice aspect of that. We really want to hit our next land drop, and then we can actually like just try and go off next turn. Would still help if we had another land drop. Let's just do this. Library's somewhat annoying against us because we can't put any kind of like life total pressure on them, so they can like draw as many cards as they want. It's gonna be really, really nice for them. Don't hate getting packed. I mean, we could also just like get packed, you know what?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, and then we just like hope to spike an island next turn, and if we don't, we can still like do, you know, Merchant Skull, I don't know, Brainstorm or something. This guy's really bad now. Well, then you should follow Marcos Ewald. Marcos, what is your Twitter? I think Marcos still tweets about the deck quite a bit. If he tweets at all. Actually, Marcos is lazy. He probably doesn't tweet about the deck. He just has a Twitter account for the occasional ironic commentary on something. I don't know about that, Sean Hightide, by the way. Like, if you enjoy it, you can just, like, do whatever. Is this gonna be Uro? Like, I basically want them to cast Uro. Teferi. Yeah, that's not a good thing for us. Like, technically, we wouldn't really mind Teferi, right? But the thing is, then our high tide is never gonna resolve you, so we might as well just, like, use this one now. And pitch.
Do you want to force it? Yeah.
That's the only thing we can, right? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen. That's why I didn't pitch the Flusterstorm. And ideally, this is where we draw a land. Perfect. And I guess we just go for it now.
Let there be tide.
Untap the lands. Untap. Get more of this stuff. Marcus, how often do you win when you do exactly this? You know, 4 lands, no land drop available, 1 tide going, time spiral. Also, the opponent has 7 new cards now, so they could still, like, try to fuck with us. Let's hope they don't. Guess we go for this one first. Okay.
You want a high tide first?
No, because we don't need to. Eventually, we probably will before we tap the first land, but right now we don't really need to. That's why I don't really want to do it. And I wish Meditate was still in the deck. Like, Meditate is the card I'm missing the most whenever I play the new list. Meditate is just like efficiency-wise, there's nothing better than Meditate. I guess the big blues and Senates they get there as well.
It's one thing I wanted to add to this list is just like 1 Meditate. Or
I want
2.
4. I want 4 in the deck. I want to meditate all the time. Okay, Marcus, what would you do here? Because there's a ton of stuff going on that we could do. Like, we don't have any land drops anymore. I would guess we want to keep this with Ponder. But Wait, they are non-Yorion Rust, by the way. So 48 cards. So how many do we... 48 by 3 is like 16, I would think. Yeah. Sounds about right. Mm-hmm. Our goal is intuition for spiral, just fine. So you usually go through a second spiral most of the time? I always thought that most people, when they played the deck, they would only need one time spiral. Predict the foe, yeah. Predict the foe, draw the Cunning Wish, that sounds right. Force of Will. Okay. I guess now we gotta cast it, so the next one can be better. I hate flooding on Cunning Wishes. They're just like mana. I hate spending so much mana on stuff. That's why I'm never a fan of Cunning Wish. I guess this is like one of those times where we would probably like use the second Cunning Wish to turnabout just to get some more mana. And then the first Cunning Wish is gonna do something obscene. Stefan, I think it's apparently because it's better. At least that's what Marcos tells us about. Like, Marcos owns Candelabras, as far as I know, and he decides to play without them because he thinks it's better to go without them. I used to play the Candelabra version 10 years ago, but yeah, that was 10 years ago. We just turn about. This is more straightforward than I thought it would be. Like, I thought there would be like more, oh, do we really turn about? Well, I guess we did that and we arrived at, yeah, we do turn about. Okay, let's get rid of the 2 islands. Get rid of them. Bottom. Yeah, all of the stuff we don't need. So everything hinges on this one Cunning Wish. We don't really want to do Blue Sun Senate here, Marcus, do we? Please tell me we don't want to Blue Sun Senate here, because that's mana-wise, that's so bad. It's like 6 mana, and then we have 8 left. So we want to have at least 4 floating, rather 6, so we can Merchant Scroll, so we could like draw 2 cards of Blue Sun Senate. I'm not a fan, but it's literally the only card draw spell we can get other than this down.
I think we kind of need to get that.
So can we actually like put together some crazy thing where we get to 16? So this is the 12th spell. Then we packed it 13. Then we force it for so 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. Then this resolves, and then High Tide is the 16th spell. And I think that's good enough, right? Save Pact for Endurance. Oh, good point. Oh, fuck, Endurance. Oh my god, that's still a card. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. So 12th. Then we force it 13th. Then we Fluster Storm. 13th.
So we still have 3 more turnabouts if we wish for the Zenith and then can draw another turnabout and have the mana to use it, then I think.
Yeah, but we can only draw like 4 cards.
Oh,
right?
that's true.
6. That's the and I also want to have enough mana to Merchant Scroll for turnabout. Yeah, I just keep thinking I also want Meditate on the board. Wish Brain Freeze does 39 cards. Yeah, Wish actually does kill them if they get nothing, because we can go Pact, Force, and Flusterstorm to have just enough. Like, that's the only thing I can really arrive on that because Blue Sun Senate is just like, basically this is -6, so we have 8 left, so we can draw up to 8 cards, but we gotta have 4 floating, so we only draw 4 cards. But this would be so much easier to Meditate. Oh wait, you were on the phone the entire time? I thought you were helping us. I thought we were remote controlling us here.
I'll take the
Marcus was like
large
busy ordering from
pizza
McDonald's
with,
and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, let's basically the only thing that we're thinking about right now is endurance, right? So what if we hit them for barely not enough, but we keep up the pact? Then we still die after endurance on their main phase. And this sideboard really is missing just like another good card draw spell. Because Bruce Understanded is a horrible card draw spell when you don't have enough mana. Actually, I knew if the opponent was of 6 or not. Hold up foe, pitch pact. So you're saying 12th, 13th, 14th, and then Brain Freeze 15, so they have 3 cards left in the deck. And then we just hope to get there. Like, if they have 3 cards left in the deck, maybe Oro just kills us. Probably not, but I guess you can also force her technically, but not sure that's gonna happen. That one needs an Ancestor Recall. Thank you. That's exactly what it needs. Then hold out a few turns. I mean, it's probably gonna come down to that. I just don't like that it is. Like, basically, that's the only thing that really makes sense. Oh, I hate it. I don't want to do it. It's so bad. So bad. It's not the only line. The other line is to win on the spot, but lose to endurance. Go draw some cards and then they die. That's a good point. Basically, we have 3 lines. The first line is, yeah, like you said, YOLO, Blues Unsunned. The other one is try to kill them on the spot, but lose straight up to endurance. And the third one is hold out for 3 turns and hope they don't have like the thing is they can find endurance. Yeah. So basically, if you're doing the line where we hold out for 3 turns, we already assume they have at least 1 endurance in hand, right? And are we gonna beat that if we let them untap? Maybe. Oh, dude, we have 3 more minutes to do something? Okay, I guess we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Pack this. And then Fluster Storm this. It's all good for same targets. Coolest way I've seen Flusterstorm resolved in paper is when you just like put dice on the things that are targets to make it clear. Okay, so we actually don't pay, right? That's the idea? Yeah. I just wanted to make sure. Just keep the timer in mind. Your word. Man, that's true. Oh man, this really feels like the opponent F6, but I mean, yeah, the opponent super F6, right? But they can't even afford
to. Probably got some food.
The thing is, they probably F6. They can actually afford to F6 because they want to cast the endurance on their upkeep anyway when we are like out of mana and shit. Yeah, let's just do this. I'm not the greatest fan of this play, but it's none of the plays that we could potentially make I'm a fan of, I guess. Because didn't Cheddars you win like 90 to 95% post first spiral against them in this spot? I hope this is just like one of the 5% where we struggle. I mean, we haven't lost yet. F6. Oh, this is... Wait, they made a mistake, right? Oh, they didn't. What the fuck? What's going on with the stack? They didn't reveal Yorion, right? There's no Yorion anywhere to be seen. Or did they put Yorion in the hand? Like, what the fuck? Why did they shuffle some stuff back? Oh, because it's fucking show and tell. Oh my god. Okay, never mind.
Oh, shit.
Never mind. The entire time, like, we were thinking this is 4-color bullshit or 3-color band bullshit. No, it's Yorion. It's not Yorion. That's also why they didn't show Yorion, right? But I also saw Abundant Growth. What the fuck? It's all for naught. Oh my god, no, they have 9. Why do they have 9 cards in hand? Oh, because they have library. Oh, this game is a mess. This game is an utter mess. We just literally spent half of our time on just like figuring this out. Okay.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, show and tell, hit us. Yeah, we're not gonna win anyway. I guess technically we could have forced. The thing is, maybe... Actually, You know what? Thinking back, I'm stupid. I should have known. They had Veil of Summer, right? Who has Veil of Summer in the main deck? This deck. Oh, I'm so stupid. I was even like playing around it on the turn where we like forced the Teferi and then we Flusterstormed the Veil of Summer. I can't believe I didn't think about that. Now nobody in chat thought about it. I mean, yeah, but chat is bae. Chat is fine.
I didn't even think twice about the Veil.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like, it makes so much more sense. Okay, so they have Whale, so we probably want Pacts as well, I would think. Not sure whether Dress Down something that does something. Not really. We still use the Cunning Wish and stuff.
Do we want to keep a Pact in the board just to wish?
I don't hate that. Yeah, good point. I could even see like taking out an Island Crazy. Yeah, we're definitely not going to lose to Endurance. That's a good point. But you know, post-board. Also, we have Chainer here. Hey man, how's it going, dude? Yeah, but then let's not look at the cage. But I guess if we're gonna wish for something, then we might actually wish for Force. Actually, Force of Negation is horrible at protecting our own stuff, right? But it's good at protecting us from some combo attempt. So it's better if this is concealed, so it's better in the main deck and not wished for. But we still have to take out stuff. Oh my god, what do you take out here? Like, I could even see taking out a land, honestly. Maybe take out a land. And then... turnabout. Like, let's just like straight up take out bad cards, quote unquote. And then play the control game. Like, we have so many counter spells, and we can even go and fight against the whale. And let's try this. Can't believe it.
Yeah. That was great.
Must have been great for opponent. Opponent must have been like, oh dude, the other guy, he knows something. He's got it all figured out. He's gonna kill us, even though we have Emrakul and stuff. And like, no, we thought you're like an entirely different deck for 10 minutes.
We just spent 10 minutes.
Okay, this is not great, but it's gonna give us like land drops and protection. I don't hate it. This is like one of the lines where I see us winning the game here is where they just go for it, thinking they have enough, and then they don't. And then they're just fucked. One of the ways we could lose it is if they have Sylvan Library. Sylvan Library is gonna be a pain in the ass. If Wizards, like, if there's a playable thing that allows you to steal Sylvan Library, this one I think is okay. It's a no... Actually, oh god, this could... Nah, it's fine. It's gonna give them like 4 or 5 mana. Which is a problem because it allows them to hardcast some stuff if they find extra land, but it's not something I really want to force, I would think. But yeah, if Wizards, or maybe there actually already is a thing that costs only 1 or 2 mana, like that's the requirement. And you must be able to steal Sylvan Library from your opponent. Like basically...
Like it's in the text. You steal opponent's Sylvan Library.
Basically, it's Abrupt Decay, but it steals the card instead of destroying it. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, maybe it doesn't need to be uncounterable. It would help though. Oh god. No, at this point it's getting... You know what? At this point we stop caring about carpets and we start caring about forcing hardcast Grizzlebrand, which is kind of crazy. We still get fucked by Emrakul if they ever get to it. And we can't Flusterstorm Omniscience. Like, out of that, I've played that deck on the other side of the board. Like, the double carpet hands, they're insane. They literally allow you to hardcast like Emrakul sometimes even. Steal enchantment, blue. You control enchantment. Close enough, I guess. Okay. But this is scary shit. Yeah, you get to resolve these. But these carpets also make... Yeah, I was just gonna say exactly this. We not only have to kill the actual problematic permanent, we also have to fight over the show and tell. So all of a sudden there's like double the things we have to fight over. But we traded that for not having to counter Carpet of Flaws. But yeah, it's all ugly. This is all a place I don't want to be. God, I hate this so much right now, but I guess we have to do it. What's this? Okay. And then we just... this. We get to live another day. Like, if we literally draw high tide here, there's a chance we can actually win. Okay, no high tide. No high tide, no bueno. So next turn we can technically cast Time Spiral without anything, but I'm not sure that's actually great. Okay, they get extra mana, and now they can literally just like straight up cast something. Ugh. Well, on the upside, we get to put a land into play. And they find Mr. Grizzlebrand. Oh, dude, that's a really good card. Can you imagine like how good this would be if it was all blue? Like 4 blue and 4 colorless. Just like straight up play it in this deck. We just drew 14 cards. What do you think our odds of winning are? We got nothing. You got us.
Release the Kraken!
Okay, and the cunning is gonna be good enough. Okay, okay, never mind. This card is really good against us. This is like the reverse high tide. It's like, you want high tide, I get high tide.
Oh, the carpets.
Yeah. I was gonna say Choke is another card that's quite annoying. On the other hand, like usually the decks that play Choke, they don't play counter magic, so you can actually like set up rather safe-ish things where you know, you can even like turn about yourself on their untap and on their end step, and then you untap with all your lands untapped, and then you just like kill them. What about the creatures and attacks? We could do that, but I mean we'd still lose. But yeah, that's one way to try and stay alive for sure. Basically, the idea would be we turn about them and they don't have Whale, because Whale also like gives them protection from blue, right? Is that how it works? Not protection, but yeah. Yeah, they'll counter it and or have Whale or something, but yeah, technically we could still try that, but yeah, then still be in trouble.
I think they drew all lands.
I mean, sometimes, you know, if that's the only out and it's the final of the Pro Tour. And there's like a world where in 1 in 1,000 games they drew all lands. I mean, I've been there. Like I've won against turn 1 Grizzlebrand with Ives. Like my opponent would go on the play turn 1 Grizzlebrand, and I would put in Lano Ives. And then on my turn I would win, and they would be like, oh, draw 14 cards. And okay, didn't find Force of Will, you win, because I went off then. What is Balenciaga and Boba playing this season? 15 trophies, holy shit. 100,000 to the power of 5. That's like astronomically small, right? That's actually insanely small.
I like those odds.
I mean, you know, somebody somewhere. It's well, it's actually way worse than winning the lottery. Like in Germany, like every country has different lotteries, right? In Germany, we say winning the lottery is 1 in 140 million. Yeah, this is this is way less.
We got kind of like a Royal Flush type situation the other day. It was some other card game I was playing with my family, and I had 8 cards numbered 1 to 8. I shuffled them a ton, and I looked at my hand, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all in a row.
Okay, so this is fine, right? I guess we're gonna keep this. We have no idea what the opponent's playing. Like we're on a mulligan and everything. I kind of want to shuffle away the forest, even though we might need it. Guess we can afford to shuffle away a Preordain. No second forest, but first Preordain sounds good. Drawing islands, hardest part of the deck. True. Everybody, also Kevin, which island would you play? If you played this on paper, which island would you pick? Because I picked the beta islands, right? But everybody has different tastes.
That's my favorite art right there.
Is it?
I'm probably, since I don't have 16 of them or 12 of them, however many, I think I have like 3 alphas and 3 betas, but I'm probably just gonna go with all the full art Theros foil.
Full art Theros foil. What do they look like?
The big just drop that's in the middle of space.
Oh, the people call them the Pokemon energy cards, right?
Yeah, I'll probably just play those.
Cool. I mean that would work really well with the high tide theme. Guess we can put this on top and then draw high tide, and then on our upkeep we're gonna predict the island probably. 7th edition foil, oh that would be sweet. 7th edition non-foil, not so much. Okay, Legion Robbers is fine. Thanks, Scott. You too. You only play premium silver. Oh, sliver basics. What are sliver basics? Are there basics that have slivers on them? I didn't even know. Oh, the Lauren has some beautiful, beautiful basic lands.
I like the Mirage ones too.
Mirage is a classic. Isn't the Mirage one the one where they have the hot air balloon? Because those are the ones I bought 10 years ago when I played the deck in paper.
I'm not sure about a hot air balloon.
Actually, let me dig it up. Islands. Could be totally wrong on this. I thought that was Mirage. Oh my god, this is not the way I want it. How do I select the edition? Anyway, can somebody find a link to that one? Okay.
I'm looking at the 3 Mirage ones. I don't see a hot air balloon.
Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one then. I can just like Google basic island. Which one? Oh no, you know which ones? Oh yeah, you're totally right. Those different ones, but those are also like amazing, absolutely amazing. The ones I'm looking for right now is the is it Portal, right? I think it's Portal basic island. Picture search, or is it Starter? Like I always get Portal and Starter confused. When I Google Starter, then it shows me a bunch of different things. But somebody must know about the hot air balloon one.
I'll find it.
You'll find it? Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, I guess we gotta go off here. This looks pretty threatening. 1, 2.
Portal Second Age.
Portal Second Age. There we go. How do I find that? Portal Second Age. Basic Island. There we go. Still keep showing me. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. I can see it now. There we go. This one? So I thought this one up here was a hot air balloon. Those are the ones that I got when I played the deck.
That's cool.
Looks like it could also be like a, I don't know, jellyfish, or it could be a parachute. Could be Ursa, or could be Karn on a parachute. Who knows? Okay, so here we go. We don't have an extra land drop, but we gotta get there somehow. Ooh. Okay, this is interesting. I guess it makes sense to just like go high tide, and then we get a bunch of mana, so we can afford to first go for the preordain. Merchant Scroll, okay. Put on the bottom, put on the top, and then another one of those, and then we untap our lands with the turnabout. I think I'm slowly getting the hang of this. Land, untap. And then we are gonna have insane amounts of mana. Use cunning stability, yes. And this is where we get the Blues and Senate. The opponent already scoop. Opponent scooped, okay. They have no idea that they just like saved us a lot of time. A lot of time.
They saved us like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, if we like, if Marcus is playing, probably like if I'm operating Magic Online, it's more like 25. It's like maybe we might have actually timed out. So this looks to be some kind of Dragon Stumpy. Guess it doesn't hurt to have the Fairies Realms. To get actually also like maybe this one in the main deck. Let's see, the Flusterstorms are easy side out, so it's the Pact of Negation, so we can still bring in like 2 more things. So basically at least one of those, if not both. Oh yeah, the Force of Negation. Actually, Force of Negation, yeah, probably. And then the Snap, because we don't really want a Cunning Wish for Snap, I would guess. Guess that's it. Dressdown doesn't really do too much. I think we'll ship it. By the way, what is everybody doing for New Year's? Because I'm actually staying home. I'm gonna not do anything. I was even thinking about maybe streaming, but I think I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna cook something really cool. That's what I did last year for New Year's, and watch a movie. Watch a movie I've always wanted to watch.
My brother for Christmas gave me 20 pounds of ribeye, so I'm definitely cooking steak that night.
When you said 20 pounds, I thought like, oh god, no, there's gonna be some, I don't know.
FBI coming.
Yeah, but I think that there's no drug that you can get 20 pounds of without actually killing yourself. Are we watching Cats? No, I don't think so. I'm not sure. Probably not. It didn't cross my mind whether I would be watching Cats. So this has basically everything except for lands and a way to defend ourselves, and that's awkward. Opponent kept 7, so there's a good chance they either have like a fast hand or a hand that gets us with a Chalice. It's like a medium dog. Yeah, I have no idea. I know you pounds. It's like you multiply it by 2 and then you get kilograms, right? So it's like, no, actually you cut it by 2. You divide it by 2, so it's 10 kilograms roundabout. And 10 kilograms, like in my head, if I get a 6-pack of big water bottles at the supermarket, that's 9 kilograms. So it's slightly more. And if you had that in like cocaine, you would probably be like would you be a millionaire? I don't even know. I have no idea. Like, I literally have no idea.
10 pounds?
Yeah.
I mean, that's getting up there. I don't know if it'd be quite a million.
Okay. Can somebody figure that out? 10 pounds of cocaine, how much? Is that against Twitch TOS? Okay.
I don't know if I'll get flagged by the government if I search that.
We're gonna get giga flagged. You know what? What about if we just like keep this? Oh god, I'm so gonna regret. The thing is, like, do we really mulligan for a hand that has Force of Will and then just like dies to Goblin? Let's just keep this and figure out whether this is gonna work. Careful A-line,
Let's
fine.
just hope they don't have the Chalice.
The thing is, we actually lose to Blood Moon as well. Well, they have Chalice, okay. We still have, actually, not much we can do about that. Echoing Truth should be in the sideboard, right? Yeah, it's in the sideboard. I guess we can draw like land, and Fairy's Rhyme. Or we do this. No, 20 pounds. Oh my god, this card actually, like, she fucked me up in Vintage really badly. I can't believe that this card is actually real. She's kind of like Ragavan, but she steals from yourself, but she also grows while doing that. Okay, yeah, Force of Will. And we have to discard now. Yeah, I'm not sure this is getting anywhere. But let's play like one more turn. Basically, we just like need to find a land. Drawing islands is indeed the hardest part. Basically, the way it works is she attacks, and then you exile the top card of your library, and you may play that card. And whenever you do exile from your library in the graveyard, put a counter on her. Yeah. She's just like too insane. Wait, does she actually like work? Does she work with Leyline in a way? Oh no, because Leyline only affects us.
It's not from your...
Yeah.
Unless we milled them.
20 pounds of cocaine would be worth $1/3 million. But I guess it depends on whom you sell it to.
Yeah, some high school students overpay for stuff. You probably get $2 million.
You know what? Today I read about some guy who was smuggling drugs into the US, and then he had to drop them from his airplane, and a bear found it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and he ended up like eating all of the cocaine, and then he died from it. And in his honor, people started naming him, like referring to him as Pablo Escobar.
Man, I can just imagine like a bear that's like so coked up that he's like running around like, "Oh, where's the salmon?
Where's the salmon?" It's like, dude, you're in, I don't know where salmon does. Well, you're not near water. Like on the top of a mountain. Where's the salmon? I was told there would be salmon. Give it to me.
I was told there's salmon and honey. That's all I want.
Oh, that's amazing. If that bear could stream, that would be something. Okay, this is another weird hand, but at least this can beat Chalice like pretty handily. This actually beats Chalice pretty easily. Maybe we should just like keep it. If they go out of their way to find a Chalice, then this is really like whatever, dude. Maybe try it. I don't know. Did you watch that documentary about like people who do like rock climbing in California and Yosemite? I think it's called Valley.
So I saw part of that.
Valley Uprising is the name.
I saw part of the one where the guy did the free climb of Half
Oh
Dome.
yeah, that's Free Solo, right? That's another movie that came out recently.
That's just insane that someone does that. I guess one of my friends that rock climbs is friends with that guy, and he's like, yeah, that guy's just like a machine. Like his concentration is just out of this world.
Yeah, that guy, what's his name again?
I forget his name.
I can't believe that I forgot the name. Like I would have known the name immediately if it wasn't like this moment right now. Anyway, so that was great. The other thing I was watching is called Valley Uprising, and that's kind of like a 1 hour and 30 documentary about the history of rock climbing in Yosemite and like different generations. You know how the first ones used to be like this, oh, we're all pure, we're not going to use any tools. And then it changed, and then there was like the hippie generation, and then there was like the 90s and the early 2000s of people who were like, oh yeah, we're just like the cool guys. But they also did it really well. And it was so cool because I mean, not because of that single thing, but they mentioned that another guy who was smuggling drugs into the US, his plane crashed in Yosemite, and the guys that, like during the hippie generation, they found the plane and they started selling the drugs. And they were so fucking rich for like a year or two that nobody knew why. But yeah, that was because they had raided the plane. And now you tell me, you know what? My parents did that. That's why today we own a hippie empire somewhere. So, I guess we just chill here. Oh, drawing force is a big one, right? I mean, this is still gonna kill us rather quickly. On the other hand, we can still like buy a turn with turnabout, and intuition is gonna find the high tide. Yeah, this is kind of fine, right? Is there... Oh, it was Polluted Delta. Can somebody like watch back the replay for a second? I'm pretty sure there's Polluted Delta on top. I would be so thankful if somebody in chat could like quickly go. I'm 90% sure I put Polluted Delta on top. Think you did? Yeah, I also think I did. Because then we can predict.
I don't recall.
Yeah. I was just like doing it and was like, I think there was like a land card that had a little bit of black on it. Like, okay, this
I was thinking about cocaine bears.
Cocaine bears. You know, you think Wizards will ever make like a drug-themed Magic set? Probably not in the US. Oh, dude, this is actually really fast. This is super scary. So we better... Actually, I'm not even sure if we... Man, yeah, I guess we have to, but... polluted delta. There's a polluted dead, what the fuck? Okay, it was polluted delta. Nice. Now we got this. But we didn't really find anything we need, so we'll probably start using turnabouts to stay alive, like, really soon. We have a gangster-themed set coming up. Oh, wow. That would be the best place to introduce drugs. Yeah, definitely not during Lorwyn. Damn, Chi-Chi. 41 month in the Glimpse chain? Thank you so much. Damn, Chi-Chi. I always use Damn Chi-Chi's name when I'm practicing like any kind of like changes to the sound and everything and any kind of like, you know, effects. Just because it's such a cool name. Damn, Chi-Chi.
Damn, Chi-Chi.
Damn, Chi-Chi. Okay, I guess we have to fight over this, right? How much damage are we actually taking this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this comes on top 12. Yeah, this kills us. So I like when something is a no-brainer. And I guess it's gotta be like
Counter
this.
Counter or die.
Yeah. An R-rated theme? They might actually do... I don't know, they're never gonna do that. Like, we had those in the past, right? Earthbound... What's it called? Earthbind? I'm pretty sure the card is called Earthbind. Okay.
Crack house artifact.
Crack house. Sure. Whatever works. People are gonna complain about the crack house is imbalanced.
And then it's like, opponent and you steal each other's permanents at random.
But that would be like a super red themed mechanic, right? Isn't there Warp World that kind of does that? Warp World basically like takes everything away that you have, and then you randomly put cards from the top of your deck into play, and that's your new board. Don't give them ideas, dude. I'm still waiting for that late end of the choke. Late end of the choke one day. So I guess the only thing we can really do is turn about them. But we don't really have intuition anyway, so we can, yeah, this... Lots of problems. Lots of problems. So we got to do this at beginning of combat, right? After the trigger has resolved. Wait, what's this? Okay, an extra one of this one doesn't matter. This one gives first strike or something, right? Yeah. Okay, you get all of your dudes, and now we tap your world. This is where everything gets tense now. It's like, I'm not even sure what we can draw here. I guess High Tide into Brainstorm into the nuts. Now we have to tap creatures. Creatures, tap. Yeah, I guess it's gotta be High Tide into Brainstorm, but even then, not sure that's enough. I think that's not enough. Because we can only keep one card after the Brainstorm. We actually drew High Tide. But it's just not enough. Is there anything else we can do to stay alive? High Tide, Brainstorm, 1 floating. Then we have 5 mana, and we get to keep 1 card of the Brainstorm that costs 5 mana.
What if we can somehow get into a time spiral?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? That if the Brainstorm finds the time spiral, then we're 1 mana short, and that's the thing. Dude, I hate intuition so much. This would be like literally the first card would always cut from the deck. Like this, in Julian's world, this is a meditate. Intuition is a meditate. I just like, I'm not a fan of paying mana for tutors. That's also like why in Vintage, Demonic Tutor is probably my most cited out card. Demonic Tutor and Reparic Tutor. Let's take one more look at the deck list. Hail Mary it, yeah. The thing is, we might not just like not have a receiver in the end zone anyway. Yeah. There's a world where we stay alive if we play Brainstorm and the Brainstorm finds Turnabout plus land. But then we untap and we draw High Tide or Intuition, and neither of those ones. Yeah, okay. You know what? YOLO. We even found Time Spur. Actually, I was wrong. We get to keep two cards after the Brainstorm. What was I thinking? Why did I think we only get to keep one card after the Time Spur? Anyway, so... What if we do Intuition? So we have 5 mana, and then we Intuition for something that we can cast for 2 mana. If one of those was Turnabout, I would have it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we still get to dig one card deeper and maybe find Turnabout. We could even find a land, I believe. Dude, a land would have done it. Ah, land would have done it. Let's see.
Julian, my power went out, so I got to reset my my stuff. I'll be off the stream, the video, but I can still talk.
Okay. So basically, like, did your power in your house go out, or like in your area?
Well, just the power in the garage at least. I have a battery backup for my computer. I just want to make sure I want to check to see if the fuse got thrown or the breaker got thrown.
Okay. But are you still there, or are you trying to fix it right now?
No, I'll still be on the Discord chat with you, but I'm just gonna try to check out some of this right now.
Okay, cool. So we went deeper. We cast the Brainstorm, and the Brainstorm found another Brainstorm, which still could have gotten there if we had found a Turnabout, but we barely couldn't get there. I think if the second Brainstorm had found a land, we still could have gone into the Time Sparrow and had a pretty good shot at winning from there. That was just not there. That was close, Marcus. Yeah, that was closer than I thought it would be. But Marcus, please, can we cut the Intuition from the deck? Just like straight up cut it. I don't wanna play Intuition in any of my legacy decks. Unless there's like acceleration in them. And even then I'm like, I'd rather draw the card I need. I wanna always draw the card I need. I don't want to pay mana for it. I wanna get lucky. Intuition is the anti-get lucky card. Nah, Intuition is crap.
Free spells.
I didn't even like it when people used to do the thing with like Intuition and accumulated knowledge. People were like, hey, this is so cool, but yeah, you paid like 5 mana to draw 3 cards. I mean, back then it was still like good, but it's like, don't win Intuition. I'd rather play like another cantrip than Intuition. Score for Intuition is super good pre-board because it finds Time Spiral. I guess that's the only application I could see for it, pre-board. Dude, I want to meditate left and right all the time. Meal solutions. Oh, fuck, there it is again. Fuck my life. Fuck this shit. I don't want this. Can we pitch it to Force?
It's probably bad to go to my circuit breaker when it's raining, huh?
I think you have more experience than I do with like natural disasters. But probably.
Yeah, nothing flipped.
So now we're keeping a hand that has like 2 islands. Preordain, Predict, Turnabout, and Force plus Pitch Intuition. Hopefully we'll never have to cast Intuition. Yeah, if Time Storm was an instant, we'd all be playing Solidarity. That is very, very true. Also, I want Remand to be a playable deck in Legacy, playable card in Legacy again. There's nothing more broken than you going High Tide, the opponent Force of Wills it, and then you remand it, and the opponent like takes back the Force to the hand. They think like, my Force got remanded, it's so bad. And you're like, no, I remand my own spell. I'm getting insane card advantage over you. Not just like really good one, but insane card advantage over you. And you're like, ooh. Okay, more lands. I think more lands is good. It's basically all we need here. Oh no, actually we still need High Tide. I guess we can find High Tide with Intuition if we want to.
I got the stream on my phone now.
Cool. Oh, okay. So you can see where we are. We are basically like making land drops, getting ready to pitch intuition to high tide, to Force of Will. Not sure if we want to fire off the predict yet. Oh, is this Black Red Reanimator? Like only Black Red Reanimator plays this version of Badlands. Like people who play like Badlands as a straight up fair card, they never pick this version. This is like the Chaos Orb version. Chaos Emeralds from Sonic.
The Nuke the World version.
Yeah, this is like, I don't care. I just want the cheapest. Give me the cheapest. What is a low resource boyfriend kill and Flusterstorm, Marcus? You used BF before and I wasn't sure what it meant, but then we lost, so it didn't matter to me. This is a boyfriend kill? What? Oh, so this is the
Brain
epic storm.
freeze.
Brain freeze. See, that just like makes so much more sense.
The
boyfriend kill. Oh man! By the way, today, just like before we start the stream, I saw a thing about that you can actually buy a girlfriend in the metaverse, like whatever Facebook is building, and it's, I think they started it out at like $300, but the more whatever ones, they were more expensive, and if you buy them, it's like an NFT, and then I'm not.
Do you want to get the supermodel version?
Yeah, exactly. You know me well. I want to spend my money on my metaverse girlfriend. Dude, they're actually gonna make a lot of money from some suckers with that. That's actually, it's kind of sad. Anyway, so Talisman. Guess we can just let it resolve. Like, I guess they can get the ooze. That's annoying. Alright, this is Veil in hand. Like, if the game looks like this, it feels like Veil in hand, so I probably don't really want to fight over it. Maybe, maybe just like let it happen.
Yeah, I'll just let it happen.
I guess we can actually delay it for a turn by going like turnabout, tap your artifacts in your upkeep, because this can only be tapped at sorcery speed. That's weird. Oh, actually, no, it's not sorcery speed. It's only during your turn. So slightly different, so they can actually do it. But most of the time you want to do it after casting a bunch of rituals, I guess. Okay. So now that we have like this, I guess we can also just like sit back for a moment. It's still gonna be a really bad trade if we have to force fill our Veil of Summer. So I'd rather, intuition for something that does something. Balance, Scrap, and Talisman must be Vintage Keep deck. It feels like, oh fuck this shit. I don't want to get chanted. Getting chanted is the worst. It's 1 mana, draw 2. This is what casting Glimpse feels like to opponents. So, Orange Chant, come on. They couldn't even pick the original epic art for Arms Chant. Come on, Meal Solutions. Yeah, Meal Solutions. That sounds like a low budget tech startup. I'm sorry. I have no idea. Like, people should play whatever they want, but I like making fun of cards. This is another situation where I would love to have Meditate available, as opposed to having Intuition, and we don't know what we want Intuition for. We could Intuition for High Tide, we could Intuition for Time Sparrow, and yeah. The epic scraps. Okay, Merchant Scroll, the plot thickens. I guess we kinda... Oh, it feels so bad though. Still, we have to get High Tide, right? I mean, that's how the deck works, and then eventually we get Time Sparrow. Doesn't feel good though. Kinda would love to get Flusterstorm here, but if you get Flusterstorm here, we're not really winning ever. Should be the good matchup. I'm not so sure whether this is the good matchup. This is a matchup that has like 4 Veils for Orm's Chant. Imprint Tenders, okay. Dark Ritual. LED, okay. Looks like they're gonna go all in. The problem is if they get the stupid ooze, we can't even fight over it. If they get AV ooze progenitor or something, then our force is just like not gonna do anything. Oh, at nauseam? Okay, we can fight over this. I guess we do it like this. Oh wait, they still have that? Oh fuck, we're gonna... Oh god, no. for a moment I thought like, oh, they got a nauseam of the Wishclaw Talisman, right? So okay, it's gonna be fine. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. We are getting fucked. Pass with Thrust Up? Yeah, but then we're just like... This is like playing around Terminus by losing to Snapcaster, Sword Snapcaster. Vincent, hey, thank you for the raid. Do we play Legacy, Vincent? If so, let me know. I'm cultivating some kind of streamer database that will be on the next Everyday Channel website. On the very first, I guess. Maybe they kill themselves. Who knows?
Oh, I just realized it says Blue Black Dane Mill still.
Oh fuck! I actually changed that thing at work. I can't believe it. No. It says High Titan Legacy. Like it literally says High Titan Legacy. High Titan Legacy, Kevin's and Julian's Excellent Adventures. It says in the title, right?
Oh, on that, but on the bottom of the actual stream where it says our 03.
Oh yeah, we didn't change that. Okay, nobody even asked about that. That's a good point. So this is...
I just realized it.
High Tide. Time to change the name. Now it's gonna work. You play Commander? What's your Commander, man?
I've never even played Commander before.
I used to play quite a bit of French Commander. I guess people call it Dual Commander now. And that was a lot of fun. That was so much fun I even like temporarily stopped playing Legacy because I enjoyed French Commander so much. CDH style, that's the one, that's basically French Commander, but you play like 4-player free-for-all, kinda. Instead of like one-on-one. Okay, so we got this. I'm not sure if Pact of Negation is supposed to be there. Like, I can see scenarios where we actually pay for the Pact. But I think we're actually getting, like, wrecked by the deck that plays 4-Whale for Chant. They do play 4-Whale for Chant, right? I think so. God, Chant in general is just, like, so insane against our deck. Like, Chant even works as a defensive tool for them. They can just, like, straight up Chant at some point during the combo and we just, like, okay, pass. Huh. That actually makes me want to have War Pacts now. Okay, let's remove the Intuition. I hate that card. The other hand, Predict is also pretty slow in this matchup. Man, this is... I don't feel comfortable in this matchup at all.
Take out a Predict.
I could even see taking out a Time Spiral, but then again, you probably really want to draw into it eventually. I mean, we don't have to take out anything right now. It's just like I'm trying to think about a reason to bring in another Pact. Pact is so bad. Unless you use it. I guess we still gotta have some. On the other hand, we have Flusterstorms. And this is actually like Time Spirals are really scary against them. I guess this is gonna be one of those matchups where we just like learn how our Time Spirals are really gonna work against them. Wild Smasher? Dude, Wild Smasher is amazing. I remember when I told my friend that Wild Smasher is like really good in at least when I played it back then in Commander, in Dual Commander. For like a day he thought I was talking about a Legacy deck that uses Etherwile and Reality Smasher. And he was like, do you really need to get the Wild to 5? Can't you just like cast the Wild? And they're like, no dude, we're talking about like completely different things. We're not using like Etherwile to put in 5 mana Eldrazi's. Okay, now we can defend ourselves at least. Yeah. Like finding Time Spiral is good. still not exactly sure how we beat Arms Chant, but yeah. Guess we just gotta counter it.
We just hope they ate a pot brownie about 40 minutes ago and it's just kicking in.
We hope it's Pablo Escobar on the other side. What do we want to get rid of? I guess we can get rid of the polluted delta again. No love for polluted delta, I'm so sorry. Play this, and then on our next upkeep we predict. Actually, we can still ponder here and set it up even better. What are your good matchups with this? So I was told the deck doesn't have good or bad matchups. It's basically floating everything at 50%. Kinda. There's nothing that really sticks out. Like even Elf's problematic now that Elsaur Shepherd is a card. Okay. So that's... Wait, actually no, we draw a card if I do it like this, so it's gotta be like this, this. And then on the upkeep it's gonna be predict. Doesn't even need to be predict, it doesn't actually need to be predict. It could also be Merchant Scroll for Flusterstorm. Is ninjas relevant to be considered? Like if you consider ninjas, it might actually be really good against this deck. Actually, No, I think it's okay. Yeah, we can just like do it like this. With this, and then find Flusterstorm. And then we can still set up Predict later on. Where's Flusterstorm? Yeah, the blue, the what's it called, 8-cast deck, that's probably like really good against this. Tiger, what a disgrace of a mana base. On the other hand, I can actually appreciate that. Okay, so the way this is gonna work basically is we're gonna force this. And then they wail, and then we Flusterstorm. Okay, well, they don't even wail. More lands. Oh, High Tide and land and Force of Will. All of that is good. Now we just like need another land. So this into this. And then we basically got it all assembled at this point. And we found the land as well. Okay, that's amazing. So how do we make it work? What do we need next turn? Next turn we need land, High Tide, Time Spiral. And what can we get rid of? We can get rid of the Cunning Wish and I guess the Predict. It's still gonna be awkward if you have to... it's not gonna be that awkward. I was gonna say it's gonna be awkward if you have to correct the polluted data, but it's actually okay. Them paying 2 mana makes me feel good. If this would have been like... Okay, I think this is fine, right? Just let this happen. If this would have been like tap Arms Chant, I would be like, fuck, now I have to force the Arms Chant. Like, I don't want to pitch the Flusterstorm, so I need to pitch like one of these. I'm just like spending mana on do nothing, that's fine. Because we basically got it set up for next turn. And they don't even have white mana floating right now. Or like, they don't represent white mana. Opponent's like, wait, we don't fight over this shit. I didn't plan for this. Emergency mode.
Redo.
Oh wait, there's the white mana now. Oh, there's even more white mana. Never mind. They can even cast like, what's the which spell and magic has the most white mana symbols on it? People, from the top of your head, what's the most white mana symbols? Is there something that has like 4 white mana symbols? Does Chancellor have 4 white mana symbols? I think it might.
Or like one of the big angels.
Is there angel big enough to have 4 white mana symbols? There might be.
I think I just remember 3.
Do hybrids count? Nah. No. How many does Sarah Avatar have? Dude, that card used to be so... Oh my god, I think we... Huh. So, can they basically crack this in response, right? Activate only during your turn. Get protection. We will lose our high tide, I think. And I don't like that. That's probably how it has to work out. Is there any way we can work around that? Actually, Marcus, help us out. What's better? Should we rather keep High Tide or should we rather keep Time Sparrow in this spot? Oh, actually, wait. If they use this, then we get to use this on our turn. But then we are still a mana short of actually, like, killing them. Age of Serenity. Okay, so it's gotta be 3. There's no force. Okay. So yeah, if we force this, pitch, say High Tide, and then they get Whale and Whale, and then we Flusterstorm. I mean, they know about the Flusterstorm, so they might not even do it. And then we keep Spiral, and then like we use this 1 mana to get High Tide, and then we cast High Tide, and then we have 4 mana, so we need another land, but we might draw an extra land. Ooh, we got one. Devastating Mastery. 4 white mana symbols. I guess what we should actually do is we should use the Flusterstorm, because that's the card they know about. Doesn't really matter in the long run. Can we just like play Nile Rots in the sideboard of the stack, Marcus? Oh, they fucked it up. Opponent fucked it up big time. They didn't tap the Mox. Oh my fucking god. They fucked it up. They fucking fucked it up. They can't tap this for mana. Got there. These are not the droids you're looking for.
Told you he ate a pot brownie.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That was the game plan. Pablo Escobar tied it up. Third game coming up against a drugged up cocaine bear. Here we go. Okay. We still don't have anything to fight over that stupid talisman. Yeah, I think we're just gonna ship it. Ship it like it's hot. Does everybody have to go to work tomorrow? Lol. I told you about the thing where you can like buy like an metaverse girlfriend for like $300. I just sent that to my best friend, and I just saw his reply on WhatsApp. Well, I'm first gonna say the German thing for those who speak German. Was ist das für ein mega Scheißdreck? Especially, what is this? What kind of bullshit is this? What this kind of like ultra bullshit is this?
What kind of sorcery is this?
Yeah, and not even like sorcery. He's like offended that this exists. But part of it is also like, man, I want to make that kind of money. At least for me, you know. It's like, it's weird.
We could just like draw like crayons, just draw a picture of a girlfriend and sell it for $300 a piece to people.
Easy. I mean, have you seen what these what are they called? Bored Ape
NFTs?
Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. They have like 10,000 pictures of these monkeys, and they sell them. And like I've seen them sell for like 200.
Yeah.
Was it more like 20,000 or was it 100,000? Like absolutely insane amounts.
Crazy amounts of money people are spending on those.
And here we are complaining about secret layers and stuff. I wonder how long until Wizards actually like comes up with all these I think Brainstorm is fine. Until we see magic NFTs. I wonder if they're actually gonna jump on that thing. Can you imagine if they ever did that? Like what people would pay for like an Actually, could they even do that? Like NFT of Black Lotus, since Christopher Rush is dead, and they probably don't own the rights to the artwork. I literally have no idea. Like, people always say, oh, they use different artwork for the new printing because they don't have the rights to the old one anymore. But I mean, yeah, Wizards has ways. Like, Wizards, like, they have money. They can pay for shit.
They had it in the fine print the artist didn't see.
Oh, the Supreme oh, that's super interesting, Compactor. The Supreme Verdict artist tried to sell an NFT of Supreme Verdict. Or was it some blue-white card? Okay, that's insane. I had no idea. You know what? I think we actually fight over this. I think it actually makes sense to fight over this now that this can't be protected by Whale, because Whale is scary. Don't need this. Don't hate this. Wizards made them take it back. Huh. I'm also wondering, for those who don't know, Wizards, we don't know whether they sold it to Daybreak Games or leased it or whatever, but basically Daybreak Games is in total control of Magic Online now. And that they came totally out of the blue, like nobody saw that coming. But yeah, Magic Online is now being basically handled, produced, whatever, anything by Daybreak Games. This is the only connection with Wizards at this point is that it uses cards that are like designed by Wizards, I guess. I'm still not fully used to that. I mean, part of that is we don't know what that actually is going to mean for us. I'm excited to see what they're going to do, though. Okay. So we can... Huh. Galvanic Ray. Don't really care about that card. Maybe I should, but I don't really. For as much as I want to set up the predict, we might just like need to cast Preordain and Ponder on this turn to get some kind of defense. I guess fuck defense. We're gonna predict the Ponder.
All offense.
Yeah, all offense, no defense, just vibes. This is your turn, Pablo Escobar. Do your Galvanic Ray thing. What does it actually do? It like it's kind of like a card draw spell. Top card of your library. During your next turn, you may play that card. Oh, it's even next turn. They literally can't play it on the turn they do this. I mean, it's a lot of mana anyway. What would you say is the most Californian food in the world?
Probably like...
Yeah.
Like the, I mean, they have like the California burritos that have like the French fries and stuff in them.
I barely know what a burrito is. You're asking a lot of me. I thought like a burrito was like a kind of donkey.
No, well, that's a burro.
Oh yeah, but I thought a burrito was like a small donkey. But I'm apparently totally wrong.
Maybe that's the name for it. But you just have a big tortilla, corn or flour. Usually, I guess the big ones would be flour. And you just put like beef and cheese and beans. Usually that's like a typical burrito. And maybe some lettuce. But I guess like the California style is like avocado or guacamole and French fries.
Can I make that at home, or do you need like special equipment for that?
No, you can make it at home. That's pretty easy.
I'm just like trying to think about what I'm gonna do tomorrow. So, Ponder. Oh, dude, the Flusterstorm. That would have been sick. That would have been sick. Let's see what they found. Okay, they found nothing that really matters, right? And now we will just try and win on our turn. Pretty sure that's gonna work. They have one more card in hand, though. But we can beat that one card in hand, I think. Pretty sure we can beat that. Oh, they even have 6. Nice. I guess it's kind of safe to first go Preordain and then Time Spiral, just in case we find another High Tide. And then Turnabout. Ooh, dude, we actually did find it. Put on the bottom, put on top. Cast it. This is good. Might actually win a game here. A match. Untap our lands. Untap. The thing is, they still have white mana available, so this is still semi-scary because they could just like draw into... Like imagine... Okay, that's big. Imagine if they draw Orm's Chant here and we don't have a counter spell available right away. Then the turn would just be over. On the other hand, like everything rides on this single preordain now. Like we literally need this preordain to do something. Otherwise, the ride is over. Okay, Merchant Scroll. That should be good enough, right? Merchant Scroll does something with the stack. How much mana?
It's in there for a reason.
Yeah, right.
There's something it's got to be doing.
You know, when I was first introduced to Vintage, my Vintage tutors, they told me Merchant Scroll finds 2 cards, Ancestral Recall and Force of Will. And I would always be like, no, but I want to find Time Walk, I want to find Tinker. I'm like, no, it finds only instants. In Vintage, it only finds Force of Will and Ancestral Recall. That was a long time ago. I mean, now you can probably like find other stuff like Paradoxical Outcome and stuff, but I really had to learn it the hard way. I tried to Merchant Scroll for Tinker so many times. I'm stupid. Like, when I play elves, people don't really see it. But when I play other decks, so... Guess it's just gonna be Cunning Bush. Use Cunning Bush, yes. Where is it? Use and Senate. Let's draw... I guess we're gonna leave 8 in the pool. Maybe that's too greedy. Maybe, yeah, I think 6 is fine. Okay. So we can do this. And then untap again. Easy game, easy life, man.
And Ariana Grande is not a Taco Bell special.
Is it not? Is it not?
It should be.
I thought it was. I think Ariana Grande is like an American artist or something, right?
Yeah, she's like a pop star.
She's pretty big, I think. At least the name rings a bell. Taco Bell. Oh, no. I think there's Brainstorm on top, right? There should be Brainstorm on top. But we probably just like have enough mana to do whatever we want, pretty much. Right, we actually don't have that much mana. I thought we had more mana. Well, we already have the kill anyway. Maybe we just like do it. Just be like, do this. Use the ability, yes. Find Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze them, and then even like straight up kill them by doing Merchant Scroll for Blue Sun Senate. Managed to beat a coked up bear. You will never forget the night that you almost lost to Pablo Escobar. Watch them have something like watch them have a random sideboard Emrakul. I guess we still well, I'm not sure if we win. Probably don't. Oh, there's Echo of Eons in the graveyard. Yeah, I can't cast that. Okay. No, let's get that. Oh, yeah, I was like, why can't I cast this? Oh, because this is a sorcery. Loose and Senate. Okay, opponent, we shall allow you to draw an extra card. This is like, I wish Stroke of Genius was still a thing, but this is just like so much better than Stroke of Genius. Got it. I think we got it. There should be nothing they can do. That's just like digesting the coke.
They're upping their dose.
Oh, we got that. That's great.
Finish him. Fatality.
Here we go. What's my button for one a game? I have a button. Oh yeah, this one. It's been so long.
Today is definitely a learning day.
Very much. Like, especially like when you're playing a deck for a first time in a long time and you're streaming it, it's always like when you see the whale and then like 2 turns later you go into tank for like 15 minutes and then you still don't see the line. And the line being that the opponent's just like on a completely different deck. It's so weird to go to work tomorrow because tomorrow nothing's really gonna happen. Like tomorrow's just like a half day at work. It's like 4 hours. Then you just like you go there, nothing happens. Yeah, that's not true. Like I told you, I wanna have all the work finished before the new year starts, and there's still some stuff to do, I guess.
Yeah, I luckily I got most of my things done in the past week, so I don't have anything last minute things to jam in tomorrow.
So you can literally live the dream, right? It's just like order pizza to work. You know, I might actually do that. But if I want to cook in the evening, I'm probably not going to order pizza to work. I've done it like on some occasions where I literally order food to work, and it was actually like good. It was really good. Just like somebody rings the bell and you're like, oh yeah, it's my pizza. Pick it up. Also,
no, don't mind me.
I'm
just working.
Me, Kylo. I actually don't know too much about the nightlife in Mombasa. Like last time I was there, my guide for downtown Mombasa was Midnight, and I asked him why your name is not really Midnight. And like he was wearing like shades during the day, like in the bright sun. Actually, it makes sense, I guess. Now that I think about it.
Wear my sunglasses at night.
But he looked like the kind of guy who would also like wear them at night. And he just told me, my name is Midnight, because at midnight I get going. It's like, okay, cool. I know more about the nightlife and like what we call the North Coast in Kenya, like Malindi, Watamu, that kind of stuff. There's actually a pretty big casino compared to Watamu in Malindi, because there's also a smaller one in Watamu. And there's some places. But yeah, Watamu is cool in the sense that you can, because people often ask us about that, you can literally move around at night without any like concerns for safety and stuff. It's like one of the safest places in all of East Africa. I hate the sand. The sand has literally 3 of the spells I hate the most in Magic. The sand has fucking intuition. It has 2 cunning wishes. This is diametrically opposed to what I want to do in Magic, and that is to get lucky. And when you have to pay for your own luck, then you're always choosing the path of being slightly unlucky. Like you're never lucky. You're always slightly unlucky. You're never super bad luck. You're always slightly unlucky. It's like but I think we should we mulligan this? Kind of want to mulligan this. Dungeon Shade. Hey.
I would be on for mulligan in this.
On the draw, I would actually keep it. Maybe, you know. Then I think about we can actually like pitch one of those things. Nah, let's ship it. Yeah, this is just better. This is mana and stuff, and yeah, it's just so much better. We don't know what the opponent's playing, so I guess we gotta keep the Flusterstorm. I would even go as far as to keep up the Flusterstorm on the first turn. Oh, Putcherbimp. Wait, I just realized we can't Cunning Wish for any Graveyard Hate. There's no Ravenous Traps anymore. Ooh! It's this deck. It's the Anger deck. Anger is coming back. Cool. Loving it. It's all like Madness. That card. I've never really seen Madness of Black. Did I see Madness of Black? I keep forgetting. Which colors is Madness these days in Legacy? Maybe it actually is with Black. Is it like just like straight up? Oof. At least they don't have a mountain right now. Okay, now we basically gotta find intuition. I guess we could bounce Hollow One at some point with Snap, but that's not really doing anything. It's maybe buying a turn, but we're also spending a turn to set it up, so it's like one of those weird things. Maybe just like put away the Cunning Wish. I hate that card. Did I mention that I hate Cunning Wish?
Once or twice.
Here and there, right. Oh god, there it is. The thing is, like, intuition here is actually good. Should have probably like put it second from the top, so that it can't be Caber Therapied. But if we don't die too quickly, we can actually intuition for High Tide and even have another land drop available to go to 4. The thing is, you might just die before that happens. And that's part of why I hate cards like intuition so much. They're so slow. No pressure on the opponent. We're driving the slowest bulldozer on the world. It gets there, but it's too late. Whereas if you drive your Ferrari or your Lamborghini, sometimes you crash, but you always get there like way ahead of time.
And you get there in style.
See, that's the point. That's the point I didn't speak, but you immediately knew what I meant. Okay, let's see if they can kill us next turn, because if they can't, then we can win. So how much damage do they have right now? 4, 5, 6. Then if they find something like +2, 8. If this becomes big. Wait, shouldn't they have pitched like discarded this? No, actually it doesn't matter. They're gonna flashback. So if we Flusterstorm this, it doesn't actually stop it. I guess we just let it happen and hope it's just like, I mean, the stuff goes to the graveyard anyway. Yeah, seems good. I think we got it. Unless we fizzle, right? Yeah, Michael, that's the biggest thing in Spiritite. You always gotta make your land drops. If you don't, you're in trouble. Like, you can't miss any of your third, and also, like, usually not your fourth land drop. Okay, target the opponent. Find high tide. Where is it? It starts with an H. I've seen that before. There it is. Magic on, come on. Magic on is so slow when you select cards while searching your library. It's sometimes scary. You're not sure it's still alive. You're checking for the pulse.
Need more cocaine.
Does it help? I have no idea how it works.
It'll get that heart rate up.
Okay, here we go. Now we're getting our island's heart rates up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, dude, we are fucked. We are giga fucked. We literally have to predict ourselves for probably island. This is scary. Okay, I guess we gotta start with this because it makes sense. And now we predict ourselves. Come on, please. 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 Really. Please be island. I mean, it actually doesn't matter whether it's an island. We need stuff. I guess we need another time spur would be it, I guess. Is this... How much mana do we have? We have like 8 mana. We can go to... I think this is not enough. So now we still have 6 mana. Can we do anything with that? Probably not. I guess Oh yeah, Brainstorm. It's probably gotta be Brainstorm. But even Brainstorm is like, we would need to find Turnabout and Time Spiral, I would think. So let's see. I'm just like thinking about Cunning Wish, but that's not really doing anything. Okay. Brainstorm it is. Guess these are safe shuffles. And then we are 1 mana short of untapping our lands with Merchant Scroll. Yeah, I guess we gotta try it like this then. Goes to the bottom, goes to the bottom. You find another High Tide, which is basically free. And now we have 4 mana, and nothing can help us for 4 mana. Like, there's not even anything we can find because there's no Snap in the main deck. Like, if we had Snap in the main deck, we could maybe draw into that, but that's not good enough. Yeah, Meditate. I think Meditate wouldn't have been too great. Yeah, it would have certainly helped at some point. But yeah, there's nothing we can find. Oh, there you are, Turnabout. Ooh, imagine if you could like just like Merchant Scroll for, I don't know, something that's 4 mana for 1 mana. Yeah, that would be broken. I guess we might as well just cast it. I'm pretty sure there's nothing. Yeah, let's go to game 2.
A little bit of a roll.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty safe-ish, but I was misled by Marcus when he told me you win like 90 to 95% of games after going like 4 lands, no land drop, hide into times per I'm not sure they actually like bring in all that much against us in the first place. I'm also not sure we even want Grafdigger's Cage. Like Grafdigger's Cage stops what's it called? Vengevine. But that's pretty much it. Like the only thing I could see is like taking out this and maybe even bringing in a snap. Also, the Flusterstorms don't really do anything, right? Okay, so those are pretty safe. Okay, I guess if we take out the Flusterstorms, then we might as well bring in the Grafdigger's Cages. And then just maybe this. Cunning Wishes are so slow against this kind of deck, but I guess they can still stay. Yeah. It sounds pretty good, at least. We're gonna see how that's gonna work out. Ebenson, hey, good to see you. The angry vegetables are pretty scary, though. I must have totally lost the context of this. Well, they're actually, Moses, there is a black bordered version. Like, you can get the foil ones, but they're pretty expensive. There's also this one, Merchant Scroll. It literally is in the game, but you can't get it. They're dangling it right before, like in front of your eyes. And they're like, you know what? It's just like, it's there, it's beautiful, you could have it, but you don't get it. Like, it's literally fuck you to people playing High Tide and Magic Online. Like, look at this. I would play that. But they're like, no, sorry, we can't do that. I mean, even if they just like, if they printed the original from Homelands. But yeah, we're never going to see a Homelands revival, are we? Return to Homelands. Oh, man. Okay.
That would probably not be bought much. I don't know. I guess a lot of old school people might just do it just for the kicks.
I mean, they found a really good place for Kamigawa. Because Kamigawa was also like one of those sets where people were like, oh, we're never going to return to Kamigawa because it was like so unsuccessful. But I think that the version they created is like super kick-ass. That's, you know, that's future Cyberpunk, Neon, Dynasty, whatever they call it. I think that's really cool. At least me, I got really excited about that. Home to Homelands, yeah, that's it. Home to Homelands, like, what are we gonna call it? Home to Homelands.
It's genius.
Yeah, pay raise. So I think keeping this is like pretty good because we have the 2 cantrips. We have the second time spur to go for the combo and the first one to pitch to the Force of Will. And basically with Force of Will, I would think they don't really have anything to stop us. But at least we can Force of Will either one of their enablers, like maybe even Faithless Looting. But if we don't, then we can still hit like the hollow one, the 4/4. So I like all of that right now.
Yeah, I like this. Just hope we find some lands.
Something I also would love to see is Mercadia. Because Mercadia is one of the most amazing settings they ever created. You know, that city in the clouds and everything. And we never returned to it. And I just love the artwork, the art style. Mercadia is basically like Mercadia Mask and everything around it. It's just like my favorite art style and setting and everything. I would love to see more of that. Okay, so they discard the second one. But the OG art is there too. You just have to select non-collectible. I didn't even know. So it's even worse. It's like you have to jump through some hoops and then you can look at something and you just like don't get it. I hate it. Wizards, please. Daybreak Break. I think this should be like the #1 thing for Daybreak games to solve. Go for this.
Is it ever worth countering the Putrid Imp since it like kind of starts the engine?
It might be. The thing is, it's such a meh card. Like when I said countering the enabler, I was like, I hope it's not going to be Putrid Imp because then it's bad. Like Faithless Looting, I think I would counter, but Putrid Imp is like, I'd rather like put this at the what's it called, hollow one, But I can see countering it. Maybe it's actually worth it, especially if it's the first turn. You have a good point about that. Because if we counter it, unless they have some kind of weird draw with LED, they literally have to pass the turn. You know what? Maybe we should have actually countered this. Pitch times per. I don't hate it. Would have saved us tons of damage, actually, like 4, and they would, would have been more than a turn. By the way, chat is going crazy with the names. Homeland's Homecoming. Who's gonna make the joke about Far From Homelands? Isn't that how it works? Like Spider-Man, all the new Spider-Man movies are all like versions of Home. Far From Home, Homecoming, Spider-Man Home. Spider-Man Home Improvement.
I'd watch
next
that.
Thing? Yeah. Who's that? Like a famous American guy with the hammer? Tim Allen? Is that his name?
Tim Allen, yeah.
Yeah, he was the guy, right?
I used to watch that show a lot.
I'm trying to remember what it was called in German because they're a totally different name in German. It's hilarious how they like changed the names of series in German, especially in the 90s when nobody in Germany spoke English. Oh my god, I just saw it. In German, it's called Check Out Who's Hammering. Listen Up Who's Hammering. Instead of Home Improvement. Hör mal, wer da hämmert. Check out who's using the hammer. Or listen up to who's using the hammer. Also, what's the one with Al Bundy? I'm trying to remember.
Married with Children.
Married with Children, right? In German, it's called A Terribly Nice Family. What the fuck? A Terribly Nice Family. Okay, I think now we have to fight over this. This is just like too scary. And we... Yes, we can do that. I hope I didn't fuck this up.
Spider-Man Home Alone.
Okay, now we take 6 damage. They can actually kill us the next turn, so this is once again too slow. This deck is so slow. Yeah, I guess this deck is also like pretty good at killing us like really fast. We can't really defend us from this deck. Yeah, I think we might have actually won if we had forced the Putter Wimp. We might have actually won the game if we had forced that. Is there anything we can get with... We're just got a Bison turn. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then they pump this 7, 8. There's no free mana, 0 mana thing inside, but it helps us. Okay. We have 1 mana to do something. We could have actually stayed alive if we had 1 more land in play. But yeah, it's just the 3rd turn. We can't have a 4th land in play. But yeah, if we had, we could have snapped one of the creatures and stayed alive and then hopefully drawn a something. But that didn't really work. Bah! Man, the first game. We should have won the first game. Actually, we had a pretty good shot at the second game as well. Thinking about like hitting the Putter Blimp. Oh.
Today.
People, Kevin, what are your thoughts on High Tide?
I really like the deck. I kind of wish to see a couple meditates in there. That's just my preference. But seeing how I have like 0 experience with the deck, maybe Marcus is right that they're just a crutch.
Yeah, the thing is that, I mean, for as much as I hate on Cunning Wish and Intuition, they are somewhat necessary. Cunning Wish more than Intuition. I just like don't like how Cunning Wish is so bad outside of the combo turn. Like it doesn't even set up properly for anything that you want to do in the combo turn. You can just like use it during it. The deck is probably like pretty insane against all those like 4-color mid-range decks running around, especially in the first game. And in the second, third game, it depends on what they bring in, but we also bring in like pacts and stuff, so we should be pretty decent there. But if we get killed quickly, that's not so great. I want to say, overall, I think the deck is in one of the best positions it has been in, I want to say 5 years. Something like that. Like we see Marcus doing really well with it, and that's not only because he's good, but also because the deck is much more playable again, I would think. See, oh god, we got the High Tide Pope in chat, and he said he recently started cutting a Cunning Wish. Oh, in post-port games. Dude, I always cut Cunning Wish. I want to cut Cunning Wish all the time. You started cutting like one Cunning Wish in post-port games? Dude, I don't want to play Cunning Wish. Like, what do you usually do with Cunning Wish? Like, look at this game. What does happen with Cunning Wish? Or look at, like, combo decks. What do you do with Cunning Wish? It always sucks, right? When the streamer talks to you and asks, like, 20 different questions, and you can, like, only answer one of them because you're on chat. Sorry.